watching DD News, and I'm Preeti presenting the bulletin. And as we told you, the nation is paying tearful adieu to its brave hearts who laid down their lives during the clashes between India and China at Galwan Valley. And these are the visuals we're getting for you from Bihar. And these are the visuals we're getting for you from Bita in Patna. Last rites of Havildar Sunil Kumar are being performed there. 20 soldiers had lost their lives. They were martyred in the clashes between India and China in the Galwan Valley on the intervening night of 15th and 16th June. Also, we told you in the earlier bulletins that martyred Colonel Santosh Babu's last rites were performed in Telangana. We'll get you more on this in the bulletin that follows, but first up, we'll get you the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan on 20th of June to boost livelihood opportunities in rural India. Focused campaign of 125 days across 116 districts in 6 states to work in mission mode to help the migrant workers. Public works worth 50,000 crore rupees to be carried out under Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to launch the auction of coal mines for commercial mining via virtual platforms with the theme Unleashing Coal, New Hopes for Atmanirbhar Bharat. Nation pays tearful adieu to its brave hearts who laid down their lives during the standoff at Galwan Valley. Martyred Colonel Santosh Babu's last rites performed in Surapet, while Havildar Sunil Kumar's mortal remains laid to rest in Bita in Patna. India rejects Chinese claims on Galwan Valley. Ministry of External Affairs says making exaggerated and untenable claims by China is contrary to the understanding. Says Galwan Valley belongs to India. Prime Minister Modi calls an all-party meeting on Friday on the issue. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says the supreme sacrifice made by Indian soldiers will not go in vain. Says India's unity and integrity are most important and no one can doubt India in defending it. He also says India wants peace but will give a befitting reply if provoked. During the 6th round of consultation on COVID-19 with the Chief Ministers of States and Union Territories, Prime Minister Narendra Modi asks states to make full use of their existing testing capacity, stresses that saving lives should be the top priority. Even as death toll in India due to COVID-19 crosses 12,200, number of cured and discharged COVID-19 patients keep rising to cross nearly 1.94 lakh, with total active cases standing over 1.6 lakh. Global cases rise over 83.3 lakh, with over 4.48 lakh fatalities. India elected as non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council for a 2-year term by getting 184 out of 192 valid votes. Prime Minister Modi says deeply grateful for overwhelming support shown by global community for India's membership. Says India will work with all members to promote global peace, security, resilience and equity. And those were the headlines we're tracking at this hour. Up next, we'll take you to Patna, where last rites of martyred Havildar Sunil Kumar are being performed. And we'll take you live to Bita. All right, we will get the visuals in a while from now. Meanwhile, let's get you other news. And on your screens, we have the visuals coming in from Bita in Patna. Last rites of martyred Sunil Kumar are being performed there. So here we have a brave heart who sacrificed his life in line of duty. The Indian soldiers and the Chinese soldiers clashed at Galwan Valley on the intervening night of 15th and 16th June. 20 Indian soldiers lost their lives. They sacrificed their lives in line of duty. And the nation is paying tearful adieu. And they are acknowledging and they are grateful for the sacrifices that have been made in protecting the honor and integrity of the country. Prime Minister had also expressed his deepest condolences and had given a strong worded assurance that the sacrifice of the martyred soldiers will not go in vain. These are the visuals for you we are getting from Bita in Patna. The last rites of martyred Havildar Sunil Kumar are being performed. India has also talked of how China's claim on Galwan Valley is it's not acceptable. And here the nation pays tearful tributes to the soldiers who lost their lives. Soldiers of both the nations, India and China, were involved in a violent face-off in Ladakh, at Galwan Valley in Ladakh, on the intervening night of 15th and 16th June. And both the sides took casualties. Also, we saw External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar held talks with his Chinese counterpart, the Chinese Foreign Minister. And China has been conveyed that the soldiers took premeditated and planned action that was directly responsible for the clash. Efforts had been made earlier also to ensure that the border remains peaceful, and also a meeting was held on 6th of June. Lieutenant General level talks were held to end the standoff, and these are the visuals we're getting for you from Bita in Patna, where the last rites of martyred Havildar Sunil Kumar were being performed there. We'll keep you updated. Also, we've been telling you how the martyred rites of the last rites of other martyred soldiers were also being performed earlier in the day. Martyred Colonel Santosh Babu's last rites were performed earlier in the day in Suryapet in Telangana. And here we have the last rites of martyred Havildar Sunil Kumar being performed in Patna. 20 soldiers had lost their lives. They were martyred in line of duty at Galwan Valley in eastern Ladakh. And this is truly evident of the very sentiment of saving the country's honor and dignity with which the soldiers guard our borders. Martyred Havildar Sunil Kumar lays in peace. And we also see the tricolour there, being given the last rites being performed with full military honours at Bita in Patna. India has put forth a strong worded response to this attack to China, and also we have seen reactions coming in from other countries of the world as well, from the United Nations as well, wherein they have talked of how the tension and the standoff needs to be resolved through dialogue, and violence would be benefiting neither of the two countries. And here we have the villagers there chanting and paying their tributes to Havildar, martyred Havildar Sunil Kumar. And so the nation pays tearful adieu to these martyred soldiers who lost their lives. 20 soldiers lost their lives in the standoff which they had with the Chinese soldiers in Galwan Valley on the intervening night of 15th and 16th June. Not even and also we see that not a single bullet had been fired during the standoff, but the way the clashes took a violent turn is what that has stirred the anger and has stirred and horrified the nation as a whole. And we stand united in expressing our condolences and also acknowledging and recognizing the sacrifice, the supreme sacrifice that have been made by these soldiers who were guarding the borders at LAC. Prime Minister has also, as we told you, in stern words said that the sacrifice which has been made by these soldiers will not go in vain. And it is because of their courage, their valor, that we as a country is standing safe. And yes, these are the visuals we're getting for you from Bita in Patna, where last rites of martyred Havildar Sunil Kumar are being performed. And here we have a number of people gathered there to express their condolences and to show their solidarity with the aggrieved family members. India has said that China's claims on Galwan Valley are exaggerated and untenable. Major general level talks between India and China are taking place in eastern Ladakh today. To talk more about that, our correspondent Nandita is joining us. Nandita, we've seen repeated statements coming in from the Ministry of External Affairs, wherein it has been said that India will not accept the claims which have been made by the Chinese side, but at the same time there is the need to safeguard our borders and also to ensure that India will give a befitting reply if provoked. And today we see talks are being held between both the sides in eastern Ladakh. Tell us more and what could be expected.
Yes, Preeti, yesterday the Major General level talks happened, and even before that day, that is on Tuesday, the clash or the skirmish which left 20 of our soldiers martyred on Monday, even the next day, Tuesday, and today also these talks are going on, Major General level talks. They have started at 10:30 in the morning today, and yesterday they could not reach a consensus on, and they had ended in a stalemate. So today again they have resumed. Right now the military to military talks process is underway. Also there are diplomatic channels. Our external affairs minister, our top diplomat, our foreign minister has spoken to the Chinese foreign minister, and the efforts are on to diffuse the situation. But the situation will not be diffused at the peril of our territorial integrity, because that is something that the Prime Minister has made very clear in his when he was speaking to chief ministers, addressing them on the coronavirus situation. He had made about 5 to 6 minute remarks and paid homage to the martyrs and observed a 2-minute silence. He had made, if you read between the lines, what he had said. He, being a true leader of the country, being the head of the government, it was his duty to actually speak on the issue, and he couldn't have remained silent on it after, at least. And therefore, he had broken his silence and spoken on the issue. Like a true leader, he had addressed the nation in a way. And
Yes.
he was sending a strong signal to not just Indians, but also the adversary, that India is willing to talk. He gave that India is making peaceful overtures right now, but it will not remain peaceful or calm for long. If push comes to shove, then India, of course, is willing and ready, as it has demonstrated several times in the past, that it is willing to take arms and
Right.
willing to fight the cause for the nation.
Right.
And as of now, Preeti, the question that you asked, yes, this military to military talks are underway, and we do not know whether this is the last round or how many more rounds will happen, because they will keep happening till we
All right, Nandita. So,
yeah.
all right, so we'll have to wait. Major general level talks between India and China are taking place in eastern Ladakh today, and also we got the visuals of the last rites which are being performed in Bita in Patna, and Havildar Sunil Kumar is being laid to rest in Bita in Patna, and the nation is paying tearful adieu to the martyred soldier there. Thank you so much, Nandita, for joining us. And as of now, that's it in the bulletin at present. Up next, we'll get you more news. Stay tuned. Keep watching DD News. Namaskar.